Aujourd'hui, je vais sillonner les rues de Jackson, la ville la plus dure du Mississippi. À chaque année, il y a plus de 2000 crimes violents, incluant 50 meurtres. Et comme j'ai peur de rien, direction Jackson. À Jackson, j'ai pas été chanceux parce que quand je suis arrivé, il pleuvait. Déjà que lorsqu'on se promène dans les rues, c'est pas très chic. On voit qu'il y a beaucoup de pauvreté. Les maisons sont délabrées. À vrai dire, les maisons ont l'air abandonnées. Si on ajoute à ça le ciel qui est très bas parce que c'est nuageux et il pleut, ça fait que c'est lugubre, c'est sombre, c'est pas compliqué. On se croirait dans un film d'horreur. Le pire dans tout ça, c'est qu'il y a des gens qui habitent dedans. Il y a des enfants qui nous regardent par les fenêtres. Puis c'est difficile à croire que des gens peuvent vivre dans de telles circonstances. Pour mettre en contexte, Jackson, c'est la capitale du Mississippi. C'est un État qui est sudiste, un État qui est divisé présentement sur leur drapeau, leur sentiment d'appartenance. On parle de 40 000 crimes contre la propriété. Donc, si on le met en contexte, il y a des bonnes chances qu'il se passe quelque chose à Jackson quand on est là. Bon, là, je m'en vais dans le quartier Battlefield rencontrer Justin, qui est un ancien membre de gang de rue. Maintenant, il s'en est sorti, mais j'ai aucune idée exactement qu'est-ce qui va se passer parce que c'est le quartier le plus dangereux de Jackson. Puis apparemment que c'est sur le territoire du gang de rue des Vice Lords. J'étais un petit peu nerveux parce que, vu qu'il n'est plus nécessairement dans la rue, là, ça semblait pas être nécessairement très clair là, si on allait être capable de se promener là de façon sécuritaire. Regarde, il y a une façon de le savoir, c'est de se rendre puis d'aller voir.
If you ain't happy here, then you should take a flight to a happy place, and you should stay the night. Life is great, my dude, when you ain't scared of heights. How you supposed to fly if you scared of heights? You should take that. It's really great advice. And on the surface level, it's really basic, right? I ain't scared to fail. I ain't scared to fight. It's just the growing pains. It's all a part of life. Just to get respect, you've got to earn your stripes. See, the world is harsh. It's as cold as ice.
So where are we?
We're on South Street. South Street connects Battlefield to the downtown area. Usually, if you're from Battlefield, you never want to come down South Street. Because usually, when you take a trip down South Street, you either come into the courthouse or the jail. So they kind of look at South Street as a no man's zone.
Okay, they don't like to come down that street.
They don't like to come down South Street.
And I'm guessing a lot of people doesn't like to go up South Street.
A lot of people that work down here, they don't like to come. They don't like to take a detour to Battlefield. I got so much negative feedback, even like when I was in college. They're like, man, where you stay at, man? You know, I grew up over in Battlefield. And so many people just look at me like, whoa. You know, and then once they got to know me and they conversed with me and, you know, saw the type of person I was, it's like all that just went out the door.
Quand je suis arrivé à la station-service, j'ai vu Justin sortir. Il était accompagné d'un autre individu. Je savais pas c'était qui, mais avoir le nombre de chaînes qu'il y avait dans le cou, les lunettes, puis le look, je pouvais voir que c'était un gars de gang. J'ai senti que Justin était plus nerveux que d'habitude. Je me présentais Darren. Le Darren en question, il était peut-être un petit peu plus pesant dans le quartier que son apparence pouvait donner. Where are we exactly?
We on west side of Jackson, Battlefield.
Why you pick this place exactly?
Right, I mean, this right here, this is the heart of Jackson, man.
This gas station right here is what changed me, man.
How was it growing up here?
Rough.
Rough?
And for me, man, football was my way out, man. I grew up right here on Solid Brown, my grandma. You know, I got into a little trouble.
She shot me out north to go stay with an auntie. Football my way out.
Were you ever involved in a shooting or an incident?
I got shot right here, man. Whole time my cousin got his cousin caught with me. My cousin died. Man, he got killed to another spot. I'm take y'all Sunset, man. JPD gunned him down. He had the face of a radio in his hand. They thought it was a gun. Gunned him down. Like I say, that's why I tell everybody, this could be your era of terror, this could be your way out. Some of us gonna make it out through this camera, some of us gonna make it out in a box.
They gotta find a solution. So you know what I mean? A lot of my people around here, you know what I mean, kind of poor on the poor side, you know what I mean? So they gotta get it by any means. That's why the crime rate is so high.
About 8 years ago, they had a problem with graffiti.
Yeah.
Right down here in 80 in another county, Rankin County. What they started doing, they started building art schools. They started building rec centers. Around here, you get a problem with graffiti, you know what they do? They hire 500 more police officers.
500
They have 500 more police officers. It's talent here. You just got to know where to find it. You might can find one boy in this neighborhood, man, could put up 100 points on LeBron James. Yeah. But he'll never get a way out, man.
On s'est mis à discuter, puis comment c'était dans le hood. Puis avant que j'aie vraiment le temps de m'en rendre compte, j'ai vu des gens qui arrivaient de partout. C'était comme toute la gang à Darren qui sont mis à arriver en voiture, de la maison de l'autre côté de la rue, derrière la station-service. Finalement, il y avait comme sa petite armée avec lui. How dangerous it is for somebody who doesn't belong here to come and hang out.
It won't be no hangout. Just somebody coming on our territory, just hanging out for them. You gotta figure out who it is, because you never know, you know what I mean? It might be the enemy trying to creep up on the, you know what I mean? You never know.
Stake your claim,
You never
you
know.
know.
We keep the city jumping. We keep it live over here, you know what I mean? It's a real battlefield, man. Real battlefield, man.
Is that okay if we go around and you show me the street?
Like I say, right now it's considered foreign soil, so I mean, right now as a guest, I mean, we gonna
Is that
ride
okay
through.
with you guys?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure?
Yeah, we can ride through. Take a ride through, man. Everything good.
Thank you very
already know.
much.
We got you.
Je peux pas dire que je sentais que c'était très sécuritaire. Sans dire que j'avais peur, j'étais un peu plus nerveux. Et c'est correct, parce qu'il faut que tu gardes en tête que ce genre d'individus-là sont tous armés. Puis surtout que la situation peut changer en un clin d'œil.
You have, right here, man, you have some white people that stay over in Battlefield, but those are like the poor white families in that neighborhood.
How's life for them in that neighborhood?
It's rough. You know, you don't want to be the white kid growing up in an all-black neighborhood.
Oof.
You're gonna grow up to be the toughest kid in the neighborhood because you're gonna fight all the time.
Quand je me promène, moi, je suis Darren et les autres véhicules qui l'accompagnent. Darren, c'était genre là, le parrain du coin. On pouvait voir qu'il prenait beaucoup de place dans le quartier. Puis c'est lui qui est en charge des maisons où ils vendent de la drogue, les maisons où les drogués vont se piquer, ensuite les maisons où il y a de la prostitution. À vrai dire, tout ce qu'il y a pour faire de l'argent dans le quartier doit être approuvé par les vice lords. So Darren,
What's up?
which part of the hood are we now?
We on Hooker Street and Chestnut. Hooker Street, right here. The name speaks for itself. It's a lot of money get made right here in this area, man.
So there's a lot of money going on
Yeah,
there.
a lot of money floating around.
Girls, everything.
Prostitution, drug dealing, anything.
Justin m'a expliqué que Darren, c'était le bras droit, ou à vrai dire, le frère du leader du quartier, puis que c'était lui qui était en charge pendant que son frère était en prison. Donc, c'est pas compliqué. Il s'occupe de la drogue, de la prostitution, puis à peu près tous les crimes avec lesquels tu peux faire de l'argent dans le quartier, c'est les vice lords qui s'en occupent.
right here, these may be next on the list right here. This Willow Street apartments right here. They shut these apartments down. They had over 14 homicides in 1 week.
Wow.
In 1 week, over 14 murders. You get more drug trafficking and prostitution out here than a little bit, man. These girls over here, man, they just products of the environment. You may see a girl with a 2-3-year-old baby, man. She may have her baby, you know, on the back seat while she on the front seat with a guy turning the trick or something.
No. That's a bad neighborhood. Is it tough to protect your territory?
Nope.
No?
They know not to come fuck around.
Have they tried?
Hell yeah, and niggas already know what happened. You know what I mean? They don't succeed.
Because that's the main reason why I'm here, to actually know how the real life.
Right.
You know, because you can always have the side from the authority, but it's nice to have the other side of the middle.
You say you want to know how real it is.
Yeah.
I popped straight from Battlefield Smoke D, got shot 6 times last night, 2 in the head, stabbed, they killed him.
Are you getting tired of this? Because you have to watch your back all the time, fight for what you've got.
Oh yeah, because you got folks that come in, you know what I mean, feel like everything's sweet. You know how the Jackson go, man. It ain't just laid back. In the process, you try to feed your family, you gotta watch them. You know what I mean? Cause they come trying to take Jackers. It's Jacktown. It's not called Jacktown for no reason.
Ça doit être vraiment stressant, faire partie des gangs, parce que t'es tout le temps en train de surveiller ton dos. Fait que tu dois pas dormir très bien le soir. C'est fou raide.
We rock to the rhythm, roll like a train. Good vibes delivered, how we throw it your way. The type to listen, I hear what you say. All night got that kicking, now it's clear how we play.
Jackson, c'est une ville qui est remplie d'histoire au niveau des droits civiques. Il faut s'entendre, ça fait partie des États sudistes où il y a eu beaucoup de mouvements et que la guerre civile a laissé des traces profondes du côté du Sud. On sentait vraiment qu'il y avait une oppression des États nordistes pour leur imposer leur manière de faire, ce qui fait en sorte que c'est un lieu où il y a beaucoup de tensions raciales. Si on retourne au début des années 60, c'est là que les mouvements ont vraiment commencé à prendre forme. Les Noirs ont décidé de vouloir changer les choses, d'avoir le même droit que les Blancs. Ce qui fait en sorte que ça a été un endroit où ça bouillait beaucoup. Un des leaders du NAACP, qui était Medgar Evers, lui avait vraiment pris ça un peu à la manière de Martin Luther King, dont ils ont travaillé à quelque part ensemble. Mais lui, c'était plus au niveau de l'État main du Mississippi, qui est un activiste qui était très vu, très présent, ce qui a résulté à son meurtre en 63. Hello, Minnie.
Hi,
How you doing?
fine.
Can you actually tell me a bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm Minnie White Watson, and I work at Tougaloo College in the office of, I'm the archivist there, and I'm curator for the Meg Evers Historic House. And I came to Jackson to attend college and never went back again, so to speak. Of course, I wanted to major in business, and at that time, Campbell College was the only school in Jackson that offered a degree in business. That was my introduction to Meg Evers because he came to Campbell to speak, and I heard him speak.
How was Jackson back then?
Jackson had a business district for the blacks. The term then was colored. And so It was like Ferry Street was the black district. You shopped in the stores, but they were segregated, so to speak. You know, you knew just by the arrangement or just how you were treated. For instance, you went into some of the stores, you were not allowed to try the clothes on. If you tried them on and they didn't fit, you still bought them because they had been on your body.
You're kidding me.
No.
Tell me about the event leading to his death.
Well, we like to use the term, well, I use the term, Jackson was getting hot and heavy. Demonstrations were going on. People were marching and going to jail. He knew something was going to happen. And what man wants to leave his family and his wife and his children at such a young age, so to speak, just not dying of an illness, but just someone taking your life simply because you want the things that others have, what's rightfully yours. It saddens me to be this age and to see how things have come about. And I wonder, sometimes I ask the question, what would Mega and others who struggle say? Would he say, this is not what I lost my life for? Or would he say, we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go? Because it seems that this thing has turned around. I didn't mention that when Mega lived here, that subdivision was a white subdivision, and back here was white. First year they were here, someone shot through this window. And, second and third time was through their bedroom, the bedroom, which is the back room. And she said the first time Mega told her to put the kids on the floor. She said the second time they all got on the floor. But anyway, when Mega came in that night, Byron De La Beckwith, the assassin, is waiting across the street, and he fired with a 30-aught 6 Enfield rifle, and the bullet caught Mega in his back, under his right shoulder, going through him, through the last pane of the window, through here. This is the entrance that it made through this wall.
Right there?
Mm-hmm. That's the bullet hole.
Went right through the wall?
Through the wall. Exiting right here.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah. See, this is crime scene photo from that night showing you. And it hit her refrigerator right here. Now, she talked about when she took up, she said when we took our bed down, we would push the mattresses up against the wall so we would be lower than the window. And she said sometime Maggie would sleep with a pistol and sometime I would sleep with a shotgun, vice versa. Because, you know, as I said, the house had been shot.
Must have been tough times.
Tough times for them. And you think about raising a family under those conditions. That's just what she talked about. She said first she was angry with Meg, and then she began to understand, and so it was their fight together.
Et ça nous met en perspective qu'il s'est passé quelque chose là qui a eu un impact sur l'histoire même du Mississippi et par le fait même sur Jackson. Bon, là, je viens de recevoir un texte avec le numéro de téléphone du bureau du Ku Klux Klan. Fait que je vais appeler pour voir si je peux pas parler à quelqu'un là-bas.
Greetings, you reached the largest Klan in America, the loyal white knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Judeo-Christian preachers of the day are damning their congregations straight to hell by preaching race mixing is okay and also homosexuality. The Bible says fags should be put to death on sight. Romans 1, verses 26 through 27, and also Leviticus 20, verse 13. Our satanic government has a hidden agenda to bring about a new world order where all that is evil will be looked at as good, and all good will be looked at as evil. Do not fall for their lies. Save our land, join the Klan, leave name, number of area code, and we'll get back to you. White power.
Wow! Je viens d'avoir tout un message. J'espère que quelqu'un va me rappeler. Il faut vraiment qu'on ait une discussion. J'aimerais ça comprendre leur point de vue. Finalement, j'ai reçu un retour de mon appel au KKK, puis je m'en vais rencontrer quelqu'un. C'est pas trop clair ce qu'il fait, mais là, je suis dans le redneck country. Fait que j'ai aucune idée de ce qui m'attend. Ça reste que je vais rencontrer quelqu'un que je connais pas, d'un groupe extrémiste. Fait que c'est toujours bon d'être sur ses gardes, puis de garder en tête que je suis pas chez nous, puis d'être prêt à tout. Nice home.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I've been here for about 3 years now.
Wow. Which flag it is?
This is what we call the third national flag. This was the last flag of the Confederacy. On the end of it, you can't see this in this case, but it's got a red banner of the blood of the Southern people.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And actually, when they made the flag, it didn't have the red stripe on the end of it, so they put it on there because the Northerners thought it was a surrender flag. This law office is in Pulaski, Tennessee. This is where the Klan was founded at. It's got a plaque right here, but they can't take it off because it's a historic site, so they have to leave it on there, but they've turned the plaque backwards so nobody can read it.
Why is that?
And just America today. It's just, we're ashamed of everything we do.
Wow. Do you mind if we talk a bit?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Ce que je note, c'est qu'il porte un costume. Je sais pas trop c'est quoi, mais je vois un insigne nazi sur une de ses épaules. Donc, j'étais un petit peu déphasé. C'est pas à ça que je m'attendais. So, Stephen, can you tell me a bit about you?
When I was real young, probably old enough to know what the Klan was, my mother brought me well, at that time it was VHS home, and it was called Mississippi Burning. And I didn't know, I was 8 or 9 years old. I didn't know what the Klan was or anything about white people and white people standing up strong for what they believe in. And when I seen that movie and I seen the white people standing up for what they believed in, I said to myself that day when I seen that movie, I said that I'm gonna be something one day. When I was a child, I dreamed of having a church of nothing but robed Klansmen, and I fulfilled that. I had one of the largest Klan groups in the state of Mississippi.
What it means to be part of it.
To be a Klansman, to be a part of something that is truly stands up for its race and its people, it's a beautiful thing to be white.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Don't take it the wrong way. Are you racist?
I'm not a racist. I believe in racial separation. Am I a racial separatist? Yes. I don't have no problem with somebody being homosexual. I don't have no problem with somebody being proud of being black. But I remember when I was a young man, I remember hearing stories about my granddaddy, how when he would walk down the street, them niggers would get off the side of the street and walk down the street and won't even walk, but put their head down. That's respect. That ain't fear, that's respect. And it's gonna take that here in the state of Mississippi and the United States of America to get your rights back and get respected. They don't have no respect. I mean, what culture do they got? Their culture is drug dealing, raping and killing and murdering and drug, and that's it.
D'entendre tout ça, ça me dérange vraiment beaucoup parce qu'on s'entend, nous au Canada, le concept raciste n'a pas la même signification qu'aux États-Unis. Il y a beaucoup plus d'histoire là-bas. Et d'entendre les termes avec lesquels il décrit les Noirs, comment il est arrêté dans ses idées, et en plus, il y a le fond de me dire qu'il n'est pas raciste.
You have a lot of blacks in the state of Mississippi that mind their own because they know better. They know better, they don't get out of line. But then you have that certain set of blacks, and ever since I was a young man, I don't agree with race mixing. I don't agree with that. You're destroying the white race if you race mix. And there's nothing lower in this world than a white woman that'll bed down with a mongrel race outside their race. And here in America, we need to separate the races. Whites need their own homeland, blacks need their own homeland, Hispanics need their own homeland. We need to separate the races.
It will be tough because if you look at it this way, where is their land?
Here in the South, is that what you're saying? But no, they don't belong. They belong back in Africa. That's where they need to be, and I'll gladly pay a boat trip to send them back to Africa.
But you know it will never happen.
It will never happen. You will never have that.
De cette expérience-là, ce que je retiens, c'est que j'ai eu un accès privilégié avec quelqu'un qui était très haut placé à l'intérieur du Ku Klux Klan et qui maintenant a décidé de partir son propre groupe radical parce que les activités du clan étaient trop passives. So, can you tell me about the new movement?
The National Social Movement is an organization that was started right out of Rockwell. Rockwell started an organization that stood up for, after World War II, he come back from World War II, and he seen that he was wrong to fight against the German people because Germany was fighting for its beliefs and its rights, and right after World War I, Germany was screwed. I mean, they didn't have any rights, they didn't have any beliefs, they were paying out the ass to all these other countries. So Hitler was like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. You had the Jews that were running Germany. So, and they want to sit there and say that Hitler put all these Jews in these concentration camps, and no, it wasn't even like that. Hitler was taking the rights back to the German people, and he had a right to do that. It's their homeland. A lot of people hide it. A lot of people don't come with it. I've learned that if you hide everything and you're a coward from everything, the wolf's gonna come in your house and take everything you own. But if you stand tall for what you believe in, nobody will mess with you. I knew that when I was a young man. I'm a little bitty guy. I mean, I weigh probably 160 pounds if I'm lucky. And I've had to fight for everything I've owned my whole life. I've had to fight for everything I've owned. I dare somebody to come in my yard starting some shit with me. I'll be laying out there in the yard dead. I'm not scared of nothing I believe in. I have said it before. I will go to prison for standing up for my race and my people. I'm not a murderer and I'm not a killer. But I'll protect my race and I'll protect my people. And I'll be damned if somebody try to take my rights from me.
Donc, un peu plus tard, après avoir discuté, puis on a vraiment fait le tour un peu de la question, qu'est-ce qui l'a emmené du clan vers son nouveau mouvement, je lui ai demandé s'il n'y avait pas des photos à me montrer, fait qu'on s'est dirigé dans sa chambre à coucher. Puis à vrai dire, jamais j'aurais emmené quelqu'un dans ma chambre à coucher si ça avait eu l'air de ça. Par contre, je pense que ça fitait très bien avec le personnage avec qui j'étais. So when you first joined the clan, which position were you with?
I was a slick sleeve Klansman, that's me. That's the day I joined the Ku Klux Klan. No rank, no nothing. They call it slick sleeve.
So when you left the clan, where were you at?
Imperial Wizard. You get 5 stripes.
So you were right at the top.
I was running my own organization at the time until I left it.
When you do the cross burning ceremony, what does it mean?
The world is full of darkness. Klansmen behold the fiery cross, still brilliant. All the troubled history failed to quench this hollow flame. We do not burn, but light the cross, to signify.
Do you light the cross?
Yeah, to signify that Christ is the light of the world. When you light it in some nigger's yard, that's to tell him you better straighten your ass up, or we're gonna come get you. That's a calling card. But this, that's a ceremony.
And then all those flags, you have different flags?
Mm-hmm. I can show you my flags now. I'm gonna give you one.
Really?
Oh, yeah. St. Andrew's Cross, this is where the Confederate flag comes from. A lot of people don't know that. You know, the X is the cross, is Scotland's flag. That's the cross that St. Andrew was crucified on.
How come they didn't put it?
He was actually crucified on an X.
On an X?
Mm-hmm. This is Klan flag. You have the symbol in the middle, it's called the Mohawk. Mysterious emblem of a Klansman. There's ways to know if somebody tells you I was in the Klan. If you was to tell me you're in the Klan, I can ask you 2 questions.
Which is going to be the question?
Okay, the question would be, do you know Mr. Ayak? A-Y-A-K. A-Y-A-K stands for, are you a Klansman?
Ah.
And then I would answer you back with no, but I know his cousin, his brother, Mr. Akia, a Klansman I am. That's how we know, that's the way to do it.
That's how you do it.
There's a handshake, you got 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3. That's
how you do it.
That's a handshake of Klansman. Sure is. Like I said, I have some NSM flags. I'm gonna give you one of them. I'm gonna let you have that one.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate that.
There you go.
Toute une expérience. On peut pas On peut pas dénier qu'il y a une conviction, mais il croit dans ce qu'il fait. Ça reste par contre que c'est extrêmement dérangeant et que les conséquences à long terme peuvent être quand même assez importantes. J'ai quand même apprécié le moment. J'ai appris beaucoup, mais ça reste que je suis encore un peu troublé. On a fait le tour de la ville, puis si on veut vraiment avoir de l'amélioration, il faut se rendre dans les banlieues où les gens ont fui. Juste vous donner un exemple, j'ai voulu trouver un supermarché et j'ai dû me rendre en banlieue et faire environ 15 km juste pour avoir accès à un supermarché. Donc vraiment, au centre-ville et en périphérie du centre-ville, il n'y a absolument rien. Et au-delà de ça, on tombe dans les ghettos. Et là, bien, ce qu'on appelle une épicerie, il y a des dépanneurs chez nous qui sont mieux que ça. First Street, c'est une rue qui, à l'époque, était très active parce qu'à l'époque de la ségrégation, les Noirs ne traversaient pas du côté des Blancs. Donc, c'était genre le centre-ville de la section noire de Jackson. C'est là que ça se passait. Beaucoup de vie, beaucoup d'activités. Quand la ségrégation est tombée, malheureusement, les gens ont délaissé le quartier pour se rendre dans les quartiers où il n'y avait pas le droit d'aller avant. Donc, c'était comme intéressant pour eux de pouvoir maintenant se rendre dans les mêmes restaurants, se rendre dans les mêmes magasins que tout le monde et d'être traités de façon égale. Ce qui a fait en sorte, par contre, que First Street a perdu de son charme. La rue a été délaissée. Il y a pratiquement plus de commerce et pratiquement plus de monde. So, Gino, you own the Big Apple Inn restaurant.
This has been an institution now for 76 years, so it's established. Just carrying on the family tradition, the family recipe, the same good food. We haven't changed a thing, just keeping it going. That's all we're trying to do. And you've been up and down Ferris. When you drove in, I'm sure you realized that this is where the restaurant is, because there was nothing open on Ferris Street. Last year, in fact, we were the only business open on the whole street.
Only?
Yeah, we're the only business. And that makes it kind of tough to run a business.
It is, but it doesn't attract any more people.
No, that's right. And the whole area around it is blighted, and and every year more businesses move out of the city, so that means we're not getting a lunch crowd. But we're just committed to the area.
What do you serving your client there?
We have 5 sandwiches. That's it. And
Only?
We also have 5 sandwiches. We have a smoked sausage sandwich, and then we also have a pig ear sandwich. And that's not a nickname. It's actually a pig's ear. Yeah, it's a pig's ear.
C'est un quartier de seulement 500 habitants. Donc, si on considère qu'il vend environ 600 sandwichs de son sandwich aux oreilles de porc par jour, on peut pratiquement dire que le monde qui habite dans le quartier vient de tout manger au Big Apple. Medgar Evers used to live here too, right?
That's right.
His office was.
Yeah, his office was upstairs. And this is during the 60s. As we talked about earlier, the turbulent 60s, a lot of things going on. The Freedom Rider movement was very big. What it was they were trying to get African Americans to vote down here. And when they would come down, they would meet with Medgar Evers because he was over the NAACP. His office was so tiny that he'd have to have his meeting inside the Big Apple Inn. And that went on for a while until, for some reason, my grandfather started failing his health inspections. And he started failing his fire marshal inspections and other little things. Yeah. So he started feeling a little bit of crunch.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. So my grandfather actually had to stop the meetings from being held inside of here.
How did you end up making a pig ear sandwich?
Well,
that's gonna be a story right there.
In the 30s, most people who are gathered down here on Ferry Street were poor. And as people say, in the black neighborhoods, the pigs aren't safe. You eat everything from the rooter to the tutor. The butcher that my great-grandfather would go to get his smoked sausage, the butcher told him, said, John, we have all these ears that we're throwing away. We don't do anything with them. Do you want them? He said, yeah, I'm gonna figure out something to do with them. So he brought them down here to the Big Apple and tried to figure out a way to cook them. He boiled them and boiled them and boiled them and figured if you boil a pig ear for 2 days, it'll be tender enough to eat. And now we pressure cook them and you can do the same.
In how long?
Yeah, about 2 hours. Yeah.
It's better than 2 days?
Yeah, yeah. So, but he got the ears free because they were just trash.
That was a good deal.
It was a good deal for about a few months. And then he realized my great-grandfather was making money off of it, yeah, and then he started charging for ears.
You know, with pig ears, I kind of used to give it to my dog. You
see,
know?
and that's why the prices are going up.
That's the reason.
Because now they're popular as dog treats.
So now your competitors are the dog owner.
That's right.
Ah, I didn't know about that. Donc, la spécialité de l'endroit, c'est le sandwich à l'oreille de porc. Je peux vous dire une chose, je suis allé voir dans la cuisine comment c'était cuit. Et la dernière chose qui me ferait plaisir, c'est de manger un sandwich à l'oreille de porc.
We were featured in some magazine years ago, 10 things you must do before you die. And one of them was eat a pig ear sandwich from the Big Apple. And,
wow.
Yeah. And so we had this crowd of people, I've got to mark this off my bucket list. I got to try a pig ear. And our locals who live in the area are like, what's strange about that?
For them, it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal. It's a Southern delicacy. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you said so.
Yeah.
This one is mine.
That one's yours.
All right.
Let me know if it's spicy enough for you.
I'm going back there and I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. Je sais pas trop quoi dire. Et quoi penser. Je peux pas dire que c'est mauvais parce que c'est pas mauvais. Je peux pas dire que c'est très bon non plus, c'est différent. Mais définitivement que ça se mange. Il y a plein de maisons qui sont abandonnées, puis on va jamais voir. Là, j'y vais. Ouais, on voit rien. C'est extrêmement dangereux. T'as aucune idée si le toit peut pas nous tomber sur la tête. Je suis pas sûr que c'est une bonne idée, mais il me semble qu'il y a de la vie pas mal dans le coin de la cuisine. Je vais aller voir. Ça se peut qu'il y ait des gens qui rentrent par en arrière. Ils s'en servent comme crack house. Il n'y a pas grand-chose à vraiment dire, à part que c'est un désordre incroyable. On peut voir qu'il y a des gens qui sont déjà rentrés ici. J'ai l'impression que ce qu'ils pouvaient prendre, qui avait une certaine valeur, a été pris. Donc, je vois pas vraiment le but de rester ici plus longtemps. Je vais quitter. Avant de quitter Jackson, je me suis rendu voir un spectacle d'humour qui s'appelle le Oreo Club. Pourquoi Oreo? Comme le biscuit, blanc et noir. Vernon.
Yes.
Can you tell me about this place?
Well, it all started a couple of months ago when there was a big argument about the Mississippi state flag. It was a catalyst to get people talking about racism in America, and because this guy's had all these Confederate flags and things, and our Mississippi state flag bears the Confederate emblem. As a white male, I didn't have to grow up under an emblem that's a big fuck you to my race.
What is the black and white in the show?
The black and white are the black and white comedians.
Okay.
Yes. Black comedy is its own thing. It's a very different kind of experience. Yes. Where on the white side, it's more observational, say, or structured.
Pour mieux comprendre comment ça se passait, j'ai décidé de jouer une petite partie de billard avec les comédiens et pouvoir discuter avec eux, justement, du genre d'humour que j'allais pouvoir être en mesure de voir dans le spectacle.
Make it a little interesting. Put some money on it. I'm just saying.
All right. Okay.
All right.
I'm not cheap. I put $1.
Oh, no.
Hey, put your watch.
No. Not this watch.
I have some cigarettes. Y'all want to take a cigarette?
I don't smoke, so I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
All right.
Y'all doing tonight, man? Everybody all right? All right, for a Wednesday night, man. For a Wednesday night, pretty good crowd. I knew there was gonna be a lot of black people in here. I already knew it, and tell you why. On Wednesday nights, we go to church. When you go to a white church, you go in at 7, you get out at 7:15. You go to a black church, you go in at 7, you lucky if you get home by the morning. Sure. See what we do in the black church? We don't draw no circles and we don't draw no squares. What we do is we take the money and we bless that money and I throw that money way up in the air. Now, everything that stays up in the air belongs to the Lord and everything that comes down belongs to me.
So, if you can't tell by my attire, I'm chubby. My friends talked me into going jogging, I think it is, and they're like, girl, just make a good playlist and you'll totally get motivated to work out. So I made an awesome playlist, but the problem was my playlist was too good to where I didn't want to run. I wanted to dance to this music. And I'm just twerking on the side of the road. Black men are getting out of their cars to try to get me in theirs. I'm being handed like all this money and crack I don't want.
That's how I got a few white friends. I got about 3 or 4 white friends just in case I need to get bailed out, you know what I'm saying? Because I get pulled over a lot by the police and shit. It's like the last time the police pulled me over, I got real nervous. Like so nervous that I started talking like a slave when he pulled me over. He did. He pulled me over. He said, "Ma'am, you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Sir, no sir. I have no idea why I pulled you over, sir." I said, "I got to my freedom papers in the glove compartment, sir." And he said, "I need you to get out the car." I said, "Hell to the no. I'm as kind, I'm as smart, I'm as important."
So Rita, can you tell me about those nights? You know, it's kind of a nice initiative that they've done.
Yeah, the Oreo Comedy Show was a great initiative to try to integrate black and white comedians who don't always get to perform in front of each other's crowds. Usually it's the black comedians performing in front of the black comedians and the white comedians performing in front of the white comedians. So we got an opportunity to get out of our comfort zone.
Can you see those nights making a difference and to ease the racial tension in the down south?
Absolutely, because when we integrate comedy like this, what we do is get to hear other comedians' perspectives. So I gave an inside look on my perspective as a black woman.
That's great. So can I call you my friend?
You are my friend.
All right.
All right.
Slow.
Low.
Too slow.
Oh, okay. See. Set me up. Let me see if you know how to do this. Give me some dap. Boom. See there? That's what's up. Yeah.
J'ai eu bien du plaisir. Effectivement, c'est très différent dépendamment des origines de la personne qui donne le spectacle. Et pour une fois, c'était intéressant de voir que tout d'un coup, les tensions raciales n'étaient pas présentes, puis tout le monde était là pour avoir du plaisir, prendre quelques drinks. Et à vrai dire, il y avait même des gens dans la foule qui faisaient partie du spectacle. Donc, ça a été un bon moment et ça a vraiment bien terminé mon voyage à Jackson.